I could have been killed. I think I escaped death many times. 4 times or 3 times, the ones I remember. Escaping death, seeing death in that I'm going to be killed today.
One woman's experience of being homeless, but there are many others out there. With homelessness on the rise across the country, we visit 3 cities to investigate and discover what is being done to tackle it. Christmas time, the season of goodwill, and tonight, in the cold, a choir of angels are out spreading warmth. But these guardians don't have halos or wings. Instead, they're clad in pink high-vis jackets and wheel trolleys bearing supplies for the homeless. Helping Hands of Birmingham's bank balance might be small, but its volunteers' hearts are big.
Instead of sitting at home and watching the TV and doing what other people do, we just spend a night a week going out and helping people, because I'd like to think that if I didn't have anywhere to turn and I had nowhere to sleep, that some nice young person would come up and offer me a clean pair of underwear and a clean pair of socks and some hot dinner and a drink.
Food on offer includes leftovers from bakery chain Greggs. There are also warm meals, cottage pie, veggie lasagna. Experiencing homelessness can, for some, mean becoming invisible. Many members of the public will not see what is before their eyes, or perhaps not want to. If they did, they would find those who live on the edge of society, in doorways, on street corners, wherever home can be found for the night. They can be hidden. But Claire and her band of volunteers do not pass by without a glance. "Are you okay?" A simple question stops one woman in her tracks. She isn't and doesn't seem to know where her bed will be tonight. Desperate and in need of help.
No one's helping me or my housemate. He's disabled as well.
What do you want? Do you want a hot drink? Do you want some hot food? Some cold food? Do you need clothes, toiletries? What do you need?
Food is given, and Claire suggests a homeless service the woman can visit.
Thanks. It's all right, don't get upset.
Thank you so much.
All right, you got a sandwich in there, some crisps and chocolate and stuff.
Each stop is executed with military-style precision. A queue quickly forms, food, sleeping bags, tents at the ready. And then away again, into the night. At least 354,000 people are likely to be homeless this Christmas, a charity warns. Shelters research found the estimated figure, enough to fill Wembley Stadium almost 4 times, includes over 160,000 children. The overall number in England marks a 14% year-on-year jump. Homelessness comes in different forms, but those on the streets are arguably most vulnerable. Nearly twice as many women sleep rough than official figures show, a charity census reveals. The study, by the Single Homeless Project and Solace Women's Aid, at the end of September, covered 65 local authorities or London boroughs in England. It discovered 1,014 women had experienced rough sleeping in the 3 months to the census. By contrast, the government's most recently published snapshot found only an estimated 568 women sleeping rough on a single night in autumn last year. Another city, another familiar story. Help being provided to those who need it. About 80 people filed in for breakfast when we visited last month, but the number often tops 100. They are hungry for food, but also company. Other support is available too. Showers, clothes. Manchester City, one of the richest football clubs on earth, is among those donating garments. Those that LifeShare feeds are in desperate need. A shipping container makes for an unlikely spot to escape the bitter winter cold, but for Justin, it is home. Inside, the 49-year-old and his puppy Rebel share a tent. They might not have much, yet they have each other. Justin has struggled with his mental health, but does not consider himself as vulnerable as others on the street. But the terror he has encountered being homeless is no less. He still vividly recalls the first 48 hours he was homeless.
I didn't know what to do. Mind was like really completely. It's something that helps you quickly.
Justin isn't the only one who has found unusual shelter. Paul ended up at the airport, but he wasn't catching a flight. The 49-year-old dad was in search of a place to stay. Paul has been in emergency accommodation since July, but hasn't always been so fortunate.
I think the word surviving. You got to survive.
If I choose that doorway, or jumping on the tram to the airport where I know I'm going to be safe.
The breakfast at LifeShare might not be gourmet, but the community it provides is Michelin star.
This is a lifesaver, it's not just for breakfast. It's about thinking, when your socks, and you've had them on for a week, it's about your undertones. It's about the clothing, it's about, I got these 12 months ago from this very place. It's not about just the breakfast and food, it's much more than that.
Jimmy runs LifeShare's breakfast morning.
I was doing it. The most I ever cooked for when I was in the back was 85 one day. But actually, more than 78 today, but generally we're up to well over 100 most days. Certainly Saturday and Sunday are the busiest days. And it's just increase and increase.
In the capital, another charity shows compassion to those who have lost their way. Brian used to sleep in a garage. Now he rubs shoulders with royalty.
I was the only person in the garage, and all I had was a cardboard box. And I slept there for over 10 years or something. And every morning I used to get up, and there was a water tap there for the tube for washing cars. I used to wash myself there with cold water in the morning, you know.
Prince William is royal patron of the passage, which supports people experiencing homelessness or at risk of it. Brian met his wife-to-be, Sarah, through the charity. They have each been on a long road to get to where they are today. Sarah was homeless for 10 years.
There's a mix of staying in someone's house, on the street, in the hospital, at a women's shelter. I wouldn't advise anybody to do it, especially a woman to do it, because I could have been killed. I think I escaped death many times. 4 times or 3 times, the ones I remember. Escaping death, seeing death that I'm going to be killed today.
But, it seems, Brian and Sarah's story has a happy ending. They are due to get married next year. Theirs is a tale that proves life, however hard at times, can change. And Sarah knows the importance of getting help to turn the corner, to find a place where, as she puts it, flowers bloom.
Passage is a stepping stone for every homeless person in London. People are coming and going here, looking like they're going to die tomorrow and leaving here with future in their hands.